Prefect Kalo commands a full I prefer to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, of course, but these are enemy forces. We must do what we must to complete our mission. I'll work my way down from the upper levels of the house. You find your own entrance and we'll meet somewhere inside. Try not to alert the entire garrison to our presence, and keep an eye out for Captain Sorlinia or anything related to Euraxia's final order. We need to determine where the assassination squad plans to strike if we're going to save the Dragon Guard. As I said, the Dragon Guard I knew were the Emperor's protectors. I suspect this has more to do with legends that speak of their role as dragon hunters of old. Idle speculation isn't going to accomplish anything. If I were younger... I feel the weight of my years, and it gets worse the longer this goes on. In my younger days, I would have already corralled the dragons and banished the necromancers to a forgotten plane of oblivion. Enough of this. I'll meet you inside.
One of Kalo's pet cats. Time to make me a fur coat.
ways!
How good of you to join me. Let's talk. We need to speak quickly. I doubt I'll remain undiscovered for very long. This projection, a simple spell. Nothing to it, really. But that's not what I want to discuss. I'm hiding in an empty servant's quarters at the moment. I discovered that Prefect Kalo is no longer in charge here. In fact, he's been arrested. That's the thing. Prefect Kalo isn't really one of the Euraxians. His cohort of Imperials accompanied my half-sister into Rimmen, but he's been a vocal opponent of her coup and subsequent claim of rulership. Apparently, he refused another order. Kalo's probably being held on one of the lower levels. See if you can find him. He should be able to tell us more about the Dragon Guard and Sorlinia's orders. Wait a moment. I'm about to have company. I'll find my way to you as soon as I can.
Interesting. You're not one of Euraxia's mercenaries. I'm Prefect Kalo, commander of the Cygnus Irregulars. And you're that outsider working with the Khajiit militia. I expected you hours ago. Well, let's not dawdle. You have an assassination squad to stop, I assume, so if you'd open my cell? It's elementary. I pay attention to every significant event that occurs in the region. Comes with my job description. I have agents, spies, and informers from Riverhold to Rimmen. The dossier on you could choke a Wamasu. Now, about this door? I'm an Imperial without an Emperor. My cohort was assigned to accompany Euraxia on a fact-finding mission. She turned it into a conquest. I tried to temper her more violent tendencies, but her mercenaries outnumber my legionaries by a wide margin. I refused a direct order. Wouldn't give Solinia my soldiers or my file on the last Dragon Guard. So, here I am. How about this? You can find a copy of the report in my office. If the information it contains helps you, then come back and set me free. I'm a reasonable man. I have no great love for this land, but neither do I want to see it destroyed. Dragons were the last straw. In other words, this is me making a stand. You can find a copy of the Dragon Guard report in my office upstairs. Not much. I never got around to reviewing the report. You can read it yourself in my office. Conquer Rimmon? Euraxia was sent on imperial business to a province that owed us fealty. There was no reason to conquer a place we historically controlled. No. She decided to make her own play for power while Emperor Varen was otherwise engaged. It was complicated. Look, our quick visit turned into an invasion. Euraxia contracted an army of Nibonese mercenaries to back her up, and then the Emperor disappeared and his empire collapsed. We were stuck here without orders or assistance. She burst into my office with orders from Euraxia, demanded I provide soldiers to support her assassination squad, then commanded that I turn over my file on this so-called last Dragon Guard. I politely refused both requests, and she had me arrested. An elite unit of mercenaries. They're rabid dogs that Euraxia points at her enemies. They like to kill, and they're extremely good at it. With the urging of the dragons, she pointed them at their current target, the so-called last Dragon Guard. Well, that puts a new spin on the situation. Solinia took my file. Then she and her soldiers went to assassinate this supposed last Dragon Guard to appease Euraxia's dragon allies. I see you found the report. Now we can continue our conversation without being separated by those inconvenient bars.
Ah, there you are. And I see you've captured Prefect Kalo. I presume he surrendered without a fight?
Don't look so shocked. My irregulars are very good at what they do. It was simple enough for them to sneak in and set me free. Now, what did you learn from the report? Anything that will help us stop Captain Solinia and her assassination squad? As I said, we were never willing participants in Euraxia's conquest of Northern Elsewhere. My irregulars did as little as possible to advance her agenda, and we worked to sabotage it as often as not. Besides, have you forgotten about the dragons? The dragons won't stop after they kill or subjugate the Khajiit. We're in as much danger as everyone else. If Lord Garesh-Ri pardons my soldiers, we'll help fight the dragons. But we're going to need the Dragon Guard. Do you know where he is? Grand Chancellor, I propose that you get Garesh-Ri to pardon the Cygnus Irregulars so we can form an alliance.
An alliance? Interesting. Comrades would be helpful in the battles to come. I'll return to Rimmen, plead Kalo's case, and send someone to help you. Meanwhile, I suggest you start your search for the shrine at the Stitches.
Burn it!
Word of advice, friend. Never trust a necromancer. If you absolutely have to, think hard, and then walk the other way. Wayrest investigators bleed for a living. I'm fine. My people and I were here, looking into reports of armed wastrels seen passing through the sewers, when one of our own betrayed us. A necromancer. Goes by the name of Garin. Don't know how long they had him in their pocket. For all I know, he's the ringleader. When we came through the entrance, he and a group of deviants ambushed us. He took the others inside. Left me for dead. I don't know if you're crazy or brave, but the city will reward you for handling this. If you can. He's got a small army down there. I'd...
I'm hurt! From the side!
The dead arise and kill these interlopers. Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers.
You got here just in time. Another 5. Garin is I've raised. You have my thanks.
souls, and now you cretins? You don't belong here. Come to me, my minions. Come.
no place for rabble like you when the Pelengairs rule Wayrest. For this madness.
Eileen, no! My poor daughter. Why did you do this? Oh no, Eileen, I'll not speak.
Master Pelengair wouldn't believe me. Our investigation is... The Pelengairs are one of the... A question. Nothing. But the way right. He took a blade to the midsection.
Watch your step in the stitches. You'll want to find another place to rest your feet, stranger. These stitches are about to burst. It won't be much longer before the whole place unravels, as it were. There's a new Khajiit in charge, Kazda, and he enjoys throwing his weight around. Between this one and you, most in the stitches find. No friend of Kazda's, this one can tell you. Last I heard, it's the closest thing. You didn't hear this from me, but a thief who got run out of town not long.
Shoplift at your own risk. It's a long way down. Brown.
Tarn sent Samarak to assist you against the Uraxian officer Saulinia and her assassins. Saulinia, no. The Scar can be a threat. King Hemaka, no. A small success. The Scar... Zama... Something else to do?
Taznazi does not know you. That's good. She knows everyone in the Stitches. Those who aren't in Kazda's pocket, she can count on one paw. This one has a job for someone who'd rather pick it. An unknown face like Kazda, the dung eater that runs the Stitches, has a hoard of gold beneath Merville Keep. Taznazi. To take from Kazda is no crime. His predecessor, Dashing the Salzo, amassed the coin. Kazda only wallows in it, like a pig in its filth. A cruel, stupid pig. Now he lets the Stitches shuffle to ruin. This is his just punishment. We also need Taznazi's old crew, Vol, Sarin, and Nazdar. Vol just did a job for Jubani. He'll be at her junk shop. Serin's likely at the Who do you want to know about? Best damn mechanist this side of Nibbin Bay. Not a common trait for a wood elf, this one knows, but it is true. Kazda's stronghold uses maybe not the most distinguished mage and elsewhere, but the best Taznazi is likely to get in the Stitches. She spends more time with her head in a bottle than a book. But once she's dried out, she'll be invaluable for reaching the vaults unnoticed. The old adept was something back in his day. Keep it quick. There's a lot to be done. The low, the leader, a den of outlaws. The facade. What path? The sewer beneath Merville. Thoroughness is an
The Scar can be attacked.
Get these ropes off of me. Joe Bonnie and I had a deal. I delivered.
True. But why keep paying when we can just make you do it for free? Now get inside.
The Scar.
I wish someone would put a stop to these petty crimes.
Hey, you're not one of Joe Bonnie's thugs. Can you get me out of here? I'm getting out of here. Catch up to me so I can thank you properly.
My property isn't good enough for the likes of you. Not while you have a bounty on your head.
The Scar can be a treacherous place, Father.
Just a bunch of pups. I'll say it must be wolves.
Thanks for your help back there. Jew Bunny and her thugs are a
Good,
bunch of
Alex.
hammers that think everything is a nail. Geniuses included. Altruism isn't a thing in the Stitches. So what do you want? Need a lock picked? Something repaired?
Where do they live with that lady? That's pretty awesome.
Well, they cut bad. Cause that. Well, what didn't just call a ledge? More like indigestion.
Criminals aren't welcome here.
So, I recently traveled past Two Moons Temple. I hate to say it, but I think the monks there have gone mad.
What makes you say that?
They were chasing
This one has a memory and it's gone.
Said Nalitha the Hotaza the Corp. This one. Truly? A saint. A saint. To quote Wise, a saint. To quote Wise, a saint. He once led the Stitches, not to glory perhaps, but away from shame. A saint. A saint. The truth, however, noxious. A saint. He once led the Stitches, not to glory perhaps, but away.
Careful where you flaunt your wealth, Walker. You caught a strike, Jot, of course. Start your kill. If you have Rajin was R.I. Rajin slick shot. Do you think? If it were permitted.
The moons? My fur! What was in this bucket? Whatever your death wish is, it's granted! Oh, my head. Just tell me what you're doing here before I turn your heart into a tomato. Oh, really? Taznas is still kicking around? A little good news to go around with all this bad. Like a fly in vine. Be careful of the vine, by the way. There's flies in it. I didn't say that. Well, what I mean is that I'd like to, but if Taznasi wants me for my magical skill, I have some bad news. My focus is gone. I mean my other focus. My arcane focus. A bubble to focus magica. I'm useless without it. I may have pawned it to Lulius and Scipion Averno. I'd give the gold back, but Kazda's really gouging the price of a bottle these days. Even the swill in this flop house. The Avernos are... Ugh. Well, sometimes my power gets a little out of control. The Mages Guild was supposed to help me master it, but they take a dim view of people breaking curfew and getting drunk on kitchen duty. Woo, and throwing up in the soup. When I need to cast a spell, I channel my magicka through the focus. It helps me weave everything together. Without it, my spells come out like tangled yarn and the results are, well, unpredictable. Lulius and Scipion, the coast cat.
Scats kind of annoying. This reminds me of what a kid abuse would do.
There is nowhere better to sleep off.
No face in the stitches, then?